fresh calls have been made for an independent inquiry into the death of a man. Craig McClelland was killed by James Wright in 2017 in Paisley after he had illegally removed his tag and defied a home detention curfew 5 months before. The family of Mr McClelland has called for a public inquiry into how Wright had evaded capture and been able to kill the father of 3, as well as examining lessons that could be learned, reports the Gazette. A fatal accident inquiry, FAI, into Mr Marshall's death in custody in 2015 found it was entirely preventable, and his family has since announced plans to bring a legal challenge against officials over the tragedy. The case was raised this week by Scottish Labour leader Richard Leonard, who says families have lost confidence in the justice system following a lack of scrutiny in his death. Speaking during First Minister's questions, Mr Leonard highlighted the case of Mr McClelland. Mr Leonard said the findings of 2 process reviews undertaken following Mr McClelland's death, which highlighted issues in the sharing of information between Police Scotland and the prison service, only strengthened the case for an independent inquiry. The government declined to hold a public inquiry, and an FI was also rejected by the Lord Advocate, who decides on such matters. Mr Leonard said both families have still not had justice for the loss of their loved one. The Labour leader said, "First Minister, it is your duty to ensure that the public has confidence in the justice system. The family of Craig McClelland has been badly let down. They have lost their faith in the system, and if they have no confidence in your justice system, why should anybody else?" The First Minister said she understood why his family feels aggrieved by the justice system, adding that lessons should be learned from the case. She said, "It is our responsibility, something we take very seriously and discharge, to make sure that we have a sound and solid justice system. We will continue to do that." In general terms, the government will always seek to respond carefully, sensitively and appropriately when situations like this arise, so we're learning the right lessons and, where necessary, making the right changes. For more on this story, visit the news article link.